Good morning to all the students and the guests. We have a very good session. Actually, this is blockchain technologies. I don't know how many of you would have heard about it. And then it's a new emerging technology. And then the speaker with his 40 years of experience. And he's a corporate trainer, management consultant, and he's he's into HR. He's a corporate trainer, and he has implemented ERP and computer software and IT, finance and accounts and costing with his vast experience. And he wanted to give a sort of awareness on this program, on this software called as a blockchain technology demystified. It is what I mean to say, that it is a first time for our students also. It may be, and then, sir, I wanted to tell the speaker, when and so many professors from Osmania and others, they have said that it is a wonderful the program. We are thankful to you, sir. And then now I request Sri Krishnan Garu, CMA Krishnan Garu, to just introduce today's speaker. Sir, may I invite Krishnan Garu, please?
Yeah. Yeah. Can I start?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning, everybody. I would like to introduce CMA TCA Srinivasa Prasad. He is a familiar figure in cost accounting profession. And as far as the topic is concerned, he can give you a very good knowledge sharing. Even for me, it's a new emerging field which I also want to learn something about from there. TCA Srinivasa Prasad, who is a colleague with me in cost and management accounting, is an ERP, HR, management consultant, and corporate trainer. He has over 4 decades of rich and extensive experience in the areas of...
Oh, sorry. Sir, please unmute your mic, and Krishnan Garu, check up your mic. Please.
No?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Means, should I start again?
Yes. Fast.
Yeah. CMA TCA Prasad is a colleague of mine in cost and management accounting. He is an ERP, HR, a management consultant, and corporate trainer. He has over 4 decades of rich and extensive experience in the areas of ERP implementation, computer software and IT, finance and accounts, costing, change management, budget and taxation resources, and is also a resource person on knowledge sharing. He has worked at senior levels. He worked in Steel Authorities of India as Executive Director, Finance and Accounts and ERP implementation. He was also an advisor ERP in NMDC Hyderabad. His academic qualifications is worth noting that he is a PG diploma, postgraduate diploma in management from All India Management Association, New Delhi. He, as already mentioned, is a cost accountant from the Institute of Cost Accountant of India, Kolkata. His basic qualification is BSc in Physics from Madras University, Chennai. This is very interesting because a BSc Physics person getting into cost and management, and he climbed the ladder in his career as Executive Director in Steel Authorities of India. He has got many accolades which he adds up to his credentials. He has trained more than 450 employees of Salem Steel Plant as as a faculty member on computer application, imparted training to the personnel of at Vishwesvaraya Iron and Steel Limited, Bhadravati on PC applications, spearheaded ERP and spearheaded ERP at SAIL Durgapur steel plant and successfully implemented he has also developed implement of data center and disaster recovery center. He has implemented ERP in many areas. I mean, in many, not in many areas in SAIL. He also stabilized ERP at SAIL Bhilai Steel Plant. He implemented ERP at RKM Power Gen Limited, a power generation organization. He has got a number of he has held number of honorary positions and has been very active in professional areas. He had been the Central Council member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, chairman, professional accountant in business committee, SAFA, that is, we call it SAFA, which is a very esteemed organization, chairman of the committee of the Institute of Cost and Accountants of India, training and educational facilities. And I can go on adding so many active roles what we have taken. He has been also a guest faculty in the College of SAIL and also guest faculty in Usmania University. And I don't want to stand between you and the speaker because he has got a lot of interesting things to share with you. But my introduction of him will be incomplete if I don't tell you this, which you cannot see anywhere in the his profile. That is, with all his qualification experience, he is a very humble person. He gets connected to the audience, which now you will experience that. And last not the least, he is also a very good singer. So with that, I conclude my introduction of TCA Prasad.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for that nice introduction.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, sir. Sir, we are all actually very fortunate to have a senior most speaker, CMA TCA Srinivasa Prasad Garu. So now, sir, the floor is open for you to take up the session, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And thanks, Mr. Krishnan, for this connect with Mr. Prakash. So, but for you, I think this would not have happened. And I'm very happy that on a Sunday morning, leaving aside all others, people are there to be with me. Fortunately or unfortunately, I am slightly averse to a seminar or webinar type of normal gathering because we have been on the discussions always, and keeping my age on the wrong side of 60s or on the sweet 60s, whatever you can call. It's better that I spend about 60% of the time and then you spend 40% so that I get time to have a cup of water, sip a cup of tea and all. Okay, I think that's how it is. So the topic is blockchain, demystified. So before we go, I would like to have some reflections from people of all of you. So what I suggest is I will share my screen. And I need some responses from you before we go. I think my screen is visible. Is it visible? Can somebody answer me, please? Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let us have a small brainstorming on this blockchain for about 2-3 minutes before we get into the thing. Can somebody tell me what do you mean by blockchain? That's what I want to know. What will be blockchain as you understand? Anyone can answer me, please. Remember this 60-40, what we discussed just now. So I have done my 60 portion, so now somebody has to do the 40 portion. Yeah, what do you mean by blockchain? Whether you know, not knowing, what do you understand by this? That's what I am interested. Anyone? Even the seniors, juniors, anyone? Floor is open. Yes, please. Any idea what is meant by blockchain? Krishnan sir?
Breaking the chain, sir.
Breaking the chain or okay, that is one, fine. Any other answer? What is meant by that blockchain?
Even I am a novice. Even I am a novice in this. I think it is a chain, which
okay,
is connecting.
Okay, it is a chain. We will put it as a chain. Any other answer, please? Yeah. So naturally, there should be a block also, no? Okay. Any other thing? How do you link blocks to a chain only? So there has to be a links also. Okay. Any other thing? Any answers? We will see it in a minute. What is blockchain in fact? Slightly technical, but I thought before that we should understand what does it mean. Okay, we will get back to this one, discussions. Prakash Garu, how many students are there in this, roughly? Sir, your mic is to be unmuted.
Sir, there are now the participants are 23 participants are there. Some more
Okay.
will join.
Okay. Students are also there?
Yes, students, employees, like a different age groups.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So let us get on to understand what is meant by blockchain. Okay, that will be really good. Just confirm that my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Very good. I mean, it's a beautiful
This is my, what do you call, the presentation material. This presentation material will be shared with Prakash Garu so that there is no need for anyone to note down and all. We are not into a classroom, so we are into a discussion forum, right? So blockchain technology for professionals, right? My coordinates are given here. I got a YouTube channel. There is a 2.5 hour program on the same subject. And apart from that, there are other things on Excel, PowerPoint, Word, then your supply chain management, ERP, starting from basics to S4 HANA navigation. Then we have cloud computing. All those things are available in my YouTube channel. So what is the objectives and outlines what we will have today? Credits and acknowledgement, and what is a blockchain, introduction to the blockchain technology. What are all the major blockchain application, early adopters, challenges in adoption. What is the professional connect for all of us, whatever be the profession. Then we have a recap, and question and answer is a session where I learn a lot from others. That's why I call it as a LFO, learning from others, right? So credit, apart from giving credit to Mr. Krishnan and Prakash. So my institute, who had been behind me on many of these things, and bloggers and various crowd pullers and all, presenters I have taken. Now, there is a disclaimer. this presentation is prepared only for understanding the concepts. Okay. So it is not an authoritative guide because I am not an sole authority or even an authority on the subject. So I please go through in case you want to use this as this is only a guidance, as I said. What is a blockchain? See, it is like a internet word 3 decades ago when we all heard. Some of you wouldn't have born, but many of us would have been born, and then we we heard internet. We were not knowing what it is. So some of us were even afraid about internet, of using it and all. Now, if I ask what is internet, I think it is a household name, Wi-Fi, what do you call, data sharing, hotspot, all these things, even kids know it much better. There are only 2 types of population who knows the internet and all the advantages of using it properly. One is kids, because I think last 2 years they have been using it for their studies, and grandparents. They are the people who have been using it properly. In between, we were not using it exactly properly, but these 2 have really understood the importance of this, and they were using it happily. Kids were learning, grandparents were connecting either with each other or with their grandchildren or children. I think all of you understand. Our extended home is now the world. It is not Hyderabad, Chennai, Calcutta, Bombay, Delhi, or Bangalore. It is completely a home. So it has become a household name. Now the same thing will happen or is happening to blockchain technology. And I'm very happy that today we are discussing in a group as to what is blockchain. Now, the question is whether it is relevant to us. That is a question. The answer is, of course, because a lot of institutions have taken up very, very important steps to start doing all these things as to how they should do, and they are earmarking programs on blockchain in a very, very particular way, because blockchain is the one which is now surrounding all of us. Without many of us knowing, even we are into some of the blockchain already. And you may be wondering, has it come to India? It has come to India as early as 2016, 17, when Vizag, there was a fintech valley in Vizag, Andhra Pradesh started it. So they had a fintech valley, and they have even done the complete, they issued a Budar. Like we have got an Aadhaar for all of us, they issued Budar for their land, and every land was into the blockchain. So if somebody wants to buy or sell land, so they will have to enter to the blockchain to find out the actual status of the land and all. A lot many things have been done on that. KPMG was their consultant and partner. So the present status with the new government, it is to be seen how far they have taken it. But this was started in 2016, 17 itself in Vizag. What I am talking about 5-6 years back. So a lot of institutions have now started earmarking on the topic blockchain, and they are now teaching. Children are learning, because that is going to be the future. In fact, it is there today also, as you will be seeing in subsequent discussion. Now, when we come to what is blockchain, as I was telling, it is occurring around us, and tomorrow or day after, we also will be delivering our services through blockchain only. So it is not that we will be out of that. It is not that I was afraid of internet. Now I am using it by force or by volunteership. So the same thing is going to happen, because all our services and everything will be now done on blockchain technology as we go further, because that is going to be a technology with a lot of safety mechanisms inbuilt into it. That is how it is going to be there. And many of the things which are happening, frauds and all also will come down, right? That is how it is. Now, introduction to blockchain. That is what we were looking at. What should be the what is meant by a blockchain? That is what I was asking. So everybody said it is a block and there is a chain. Yeah, that is true. But what does the block contain? What does the chain do? And how it is going to help all of us? Let's have a look at it. Blockchain, it's a distributed database. I think I'm not getting into the discussion on a database and all. Database is where all data are kept in a particular organized format. And normally you have database on an ERP in one single place that is called data server or data center. Here it is going to be distributed database, and the technology is going to be called DLT, distributed ledger technologies, where data is stored, sorted, recorded, and into blocks. Now every block is having a number. It's not 1, 2, 3. There is a number, and they are chained together cryptographic hash that is linked to the previous block. That means if there is a block, first block is green, second block is yellow, third block is orange, as you are able to see. Let us say for our immediate understanding, the blocks are number 1, 2, and 3. So in the first block, it will be written cryptographically so that others cannot decipher immediately. Cryptography is one which is very, very difficult to decipher. It can be 128-bit, 3 and 256-bit and all technology. So first block will say I am 0 or 1. Then I am connected to second block, which is yellow in color. I'm just giving an example. So second block will say I am yellow and I am connected to block 1, which is green, and my block number is 2, and I am connected forward to block number 3, which is yellow. So this is how it is there. So suppose I remove this yellow block where there is some data kept, then there will be a mismatch, because orange block will say my block number is 3, my previous block is 2, and color is yellow, whereas actually it will be 0, or 1, and the color is green. So immediately we will know that something has gone wrong and the transaction will come to a stop. It is very difficult to crypt the orange block giving all the details of green, because it is a 64-bit, 64-digit encryption and 128-bit or 256-bit encryption. All those things are there in the blockchain. Now what we will do, we will, even if the audio is not fully audible, do not worry, just have a look at the video. So this talks about blockchain. Have a look at it. It is like a digital timestamp, or it is like, as I told you, there are a lot of addresses are encrypted in this things. So if you remember Bitcoins, we are hearing a lot of times about Bitcoin these days. So as I told you, it is a distributed ledger.
We have an interesting property. Once some data has been reported inside a blockchain, it's very difficult. So how does it work?
There is a data, there is a hash, and hash of the previous block. Data you can keep in a block, as I told you, green block, and it is from whom, and it is given to whom, and what is that account number and all. This is how the Bitcoin works, and Bitcoin itself is not this one. You just look at the hash, E2, EC52, ILC. It's very difficult to, it's like your fingerprint. Each of the hash is like a fingerprint. So the hash of the one and hash of the next block. The address of the next block is also given in this. green has a hash because it is a simple, this one, example, 128F, previous block is 128F in yellow, 68Q1 is yellow, so that is a previous block. And the first block has got no previous block, so its number is 000. Suppose somebody changes the hash. Now this is not going to match. So immediately you know something has gone wrong, and people can find out who has made all these changes because there will be a timestamp and who has done it, from which computer, which IP address, what time, all those things will be available, and it can be easily identified. The person who has logged in, because he will have a unique login ID like all of us have in many of the sites. So it becomes, so next is a proof of work. So the total, this one is if you want to change any data in a block, because data are all taken into one cryptic form. So if you change the data also, the hash changes, and if you try to delink and then link with another new one also, the hashes will not match. So this is how the blockchain works actually. Now we have seen this is a disruptive technology. What is meant by disruptive technology is whichever displaces the entire technology or erodes the major part of it is called disruptive technology. Do we have any other examples of this disruptive technology? Can somebody tell me what could be the examples of disruptive technology? Any idea? We are into that day in, day out into those disruptive technologies. Can somebody answer this question, please? Possible? Disruptive technology. It's a new thing which is happening, and we are all into that already in these kind of disruptive technologies. Any idea, please?
The kind of innovation.
Yeah, kind of innovation. Agreed, madam. Anything else? Thank you. Now, why it is called disruptive then?
See, those
Agreed.
web meetings can be called as disruptive.
Pardon me?
The web meetings can be called as disruptive.
Yeah, web meetings are disruptive technology because we have there was a old-fashioned one which is got disrupted, and but we are able to do the same thing in a much better way. Suppose the same workshop has to be conducted physically. I don't know, many of you must be from different places. All of you have to travel to one particular place, including the speaker, and then for 1 hour, you have to spend maybe 3 days or 2 days or even a whole day. So even within the same city, you want to travel and go back, it could have taken about 5-6 hours. So there is a disruption in the technology, but we are using it. Now, let's have a small, keeping on the same thing, I will show you this one. Don't worry if you are not able to, my screen must be visible, yes or no? Screen is visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah, don't worry
Yes.
about the thing. Just watch the video.
We started with one. Walk into a store, grab what you want, and just go.
Walk into the store, grab whatever you want, and just to go out. Yeah, you saw that, isn't it? So this is one of the disruptive technology. There is no POS selling machine. There is no people at the counter. There is nothing. You go and you come out. Now people have to get accustomed to this kind of technology, and people who are working in the counters, they will have to get updated to contribute elsewhere. Blockchain technology is also going to be something like that. When we get back to our presentation, so it is a technology, and as I told you, it is a DLT, distributed ledger technology, more secured and tamper-proof technology, mainly because what we discussed about lot of hashes, links, previous hash, next hash, present hash, all those things. And the last one is very important. Blockchain is not cryptocurrency, and cryptocurrency is not blockchain, because there is a feeling blockchain means it is only cryptocurrency, bitcoins and all. No, they are all one of the applications of the blockchain, where you don't have a currency and then we try to have a cryptocurrency, but that is not the end of blockchain. Cryptocurrency discussion itself will take a lot of time, so we will not get into that. We will get into what is meant by blockchain. Now, this is the centralized ledger, previously clearing house, banks. So bank, everybody has to go to a particular clearing house and then do DLT, distributed ledger technology. Is each bank is connected to all other banks in a crisscross way. So any bank can connect with any other bank, and the clearing takes place automatically. Even in India, it is happening right now. Now, major application, supply chain industries, they will have on-time deliveries, tracking of suppliers, vendor evaluation. All these things will be done on blockchain. We will discuss a particular case of insurance claims on a blockchain. Then you will understand much better as to how it works. So everybody is into this blockchain. If you really look at it, the person who has asked for the thing and the person who is now delivering, the warehouse, the manufacturer, the trader, everybody is into the blockchain. So when something happens, everybody knows what is happening, and it seamlessly the delivery takes place. Smart contracts. This is going to be the one of the real application, because leases, renewals, all those things are going to be through smart contracts, so that reduction in legal costs will be happening. And there is a word also that one of the profession which will find it difficult to continue in the same path will be civil court advocates and lawyers, because many things the blockchain is going to take place. Because traditional contracts are 1 to 3 days, smart contracts can be done in minutes. Manual remittance, automatic remittance, because the smart contract will tell money is to be transferred after a particular thing is done to which account. So when somebody does it, they give the clearance, yes, the job has been done, the money will be automatically transmitted to the people. Whereas here presently, somebody has to look at it, check whether it has been done, and then they will have to do. Giving in the same example, Mr. Krishnan introduced me as the person who implemented ERP way back in 2009. So people who have worked in ERP, you must be knowing that there is something called service entry sheets. That means previously, whenever you have done a job, you have to give a clearance that so much of job has been done, and the contractor has to, based on that, especially on civil contracts, infrastructure contract, they will have to give the measurements, and somebody has to work out and all. Here, ERP takes, and what I'm talking, we implemented in 2009, but ERP is much more before that in SAP. So when once the user or the beneficiary gives the service entry sheet saying that so much of work has been done, the system will calculate what is the amount to be processed and then sent to them, and a liability is created. And the accounts fellow, once the liability is created, when there is an invoice, the invoice is checked and then the payment is made. We are the first, Steel Authority of India Limited is the first public sector undertaking. I'm talking within the government. I'm not talking about the private because I don't have the privy to that data. But Durgapur Steel Plant of Steel Authority of India Limited is the first PSU to have an automatic handshake. Mines and State Bank of India server used to handshake with our Durgapur server from the data center, and the payment detail used to be picked up, and then it used to go to individual suppliers without somebody manually entering the check details and all. Once the job is done, once the payment is to be made at 6 o'clock in the evening, Durgapur Steel Plant server will use to handshake with Bombay SBI server, and then automatically the remittance was taking place without blockchain. I'm talking only with ERP. So what I am talking is about 13 years back. Now the technology and things are gone at a greater heights. So was escrow necessary? Here it is not necessary, because when you have a blockchain, the blockchain will ensure that the money is used only from that particular bank, only for all those records which are to be paid from that. Expensive, fraction of the cost. Physical presence is needed for signing, whereas virtual presence is enough. Digital signature. All of you professionals now know you don't sign form physically and then upload. You have a digi signature format. That means physical presence and physical forms have already vanished. We are into this virtual presence. That means your signature cannot be fudged. That is how it is there. Then lawyers necessary. Unfortunately, lawyers may not be necessary for these kind of jobs and for these kind of frictions and deviations. That is what I meant. Now, major applications: blockchain, tax audit, balance, bookkeeping, high security environment, near real time eliminates reconciliation. All transactions are timestamped, tamper proof, data already captured and shared even by the administrator. Healthcare, genuineness of the drugs, tracking expiry dates, cost optimization, all those things will be done. Education industry, transparency in students' record, elimination of attestation and verification. How many of you, can somebody answer this question? How many of you are using DigiLocker of the government of India? Can somebody answer me this question? DigiLocker facility of government of India. Anyone knows there is a facility called DigiLocker for all bona fide Indian citizens at free of cost by the government of India? Any idea? Record shop, you are
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
but
I'm
you are
also not having any idea, please. Yes.
Pardon me?
I'm not having any idea about it. If it
DigiLocker. Anybody?
Yeah.
Because since I was discussing about that, I thought I will bring out this point.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be interesting to know.
DigiLocker. Anyone is using DigiLocker, please? Can somebody tell me? Anyone? I think there must be about how many? 20, 25 people now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So any idea, please? Anyone? DigiLocker is a facility given by Government of India to all citizens of India. So you can register yourself with a user ID and password, and this is available even in mobiles. DigiLocker is available in mobile. Now, the fantastic thing is, the moment you give your credentials, your driving license will automatically flow from the government sites to your DigiLocker. Your ration card will automatically flow. Many universities of India is now connected or part of this DigiLocker. So they will be, all your certificates will be digitally transferred into this DigiLocker. Now, many universities and many of the companies have got a policy that you need not physically bring in your certificates. If it is available in DigiLocker, you can show it to them through your credential. You give the credentials to them. Though it is private, public can view it with their credential based on your input. That means we need not, previously you remember, suppose you have got a job in Delhi for an interview, you have to go to Delhi from, let's say, Hyderabad, and then you are going from Delhi to Hyderabad, your bag is stolen. That means it becomes very difficult. Not only you lose the job for the present, but getting back all your certificates is going to be strenuous and Herculean task. Now, DigiLocker solves all these things. Your driving license, your voter ID, all these things, because everything, wherever government or government organizations are involved, they will be giving you that certificate. Many of you must be now knowing there is an Arogya Setu application, isn't it? Arogya Setu application gives your status of vaccination. You open your mobile because it knows it is open from your mobile. Your mobile number is there because you have entered your credential and gone into it with your Aadhaar card number, and your vaccination certificate is available from Arogya Setu application. So something like that. I don't carry my driving license anymore because I have put in the DigiLocker. Even government sites, driving license, there is a site where you can show the driving license there. So DigiLocker is a facility where all your educational, professional qualification, if they are connected with the government or universities, and all your data on driving license and many of the things, when you go through the DigiLocker, you will understand. So this is the one which government has given. Now, please imagine, once it is put, you need not repeatedly carry or repeatedly give that the same thing, and the source of information is only one. That means the veracity is now confirmed because it is a pulling information from government sites. That is how it happens. Okay, so DigiLocker is one of the facility which cannot be fudged and which cannot be made use for any frauds and all. I request all of you to start using it because this is going to give you a lot of advantages on going forward for you. So students' records, especially their certificates, are available in the DigiLocker, and it is permanently available. That means throughout the life it is available. So you need not worry of losing it and all, because that is an officially recognizable document. Elimination of attestation and verification is also not needed because it is from the common site. Now, fair value accounting, it is again a accounting technology where we will be able to use it. Now, digitization of land records, this is going on everywhere with blockchain. So if you want an income certificate, I don't know about other states, in Tamil Nadu, you want an EC, you can go to the internet and then get the EC by making the payment. Previously, we used to go to the Tahsildar office or block development office or the corporation, wait in the queue, pay, and then meet somebody, get all those things have gone off in many of the states in India because of the digitization of land records. Even the succession certificates are now used online based on physical checking, and then ensuring that the successor is the real successor. Then the certificate is online. You need not worry. Put your credential anytime, you can show your succession certificate to anyone. That is how it is. Banking sector. So Infosys, Finacle, you must be knowing. Auditing will be through new product, improved credit appraisal, risk management, minimizing NPAs. All of you must be knowing. This time in the pandemic, Many of the audits, including financial audit, cost audit, or even banks audit, were done through online, sitting in your own place because the data was available to you without any problem. Now, early adopters, Niti Aayog, they adopted sometime back in 2017 subsidy to farmers on National Institute of Transforming India is called Niti Aayog, and Gujarat Narmada Fertilizer Corporation. This is a direct transfer to the farmers. Previously, cash used to be given. Now in India, many of the central government schemes are directly sent to the beneficiaries' account because zero balance accounts in crores were opened for the poor people below poverty line, and all the money directly goes to them. Previously, there even one of the previous prime minister used to say, when we transfer 1 rupee, only 15 paisa goes to the last beneficiary. So he didn't say where does the remaining 85 paisa go, but presently all the 1 rupee goes to the particular beneficiary account. Like if you have a subsidy, now many of us have left the subsidy on gas. When you had the subsidy, once you book the gas, before you go and pay the gas connection, the subsidy was being credited to your bank account. I think all of us have seen all those things. So all these things were possible because the data was available and we were into a chain, though it was not called a blockchain. Government of AP, I talked about Udar already. Now, payments to suppliers from January 2017, partnering with Yes Bank, Bajaj Electricals, all of you must be knowing. They were having a blockchain. All their suppliers and customers were in the blockchain. And when supplies, the payments used to be made without any hindrance to the blockchain because the blockchain understands the supply has been made and it has been checked, verified, accepted, and the GRN is made. Once the GRN is made, the supplier gives the into the blockchain the invoice and the GRN are now checked and the payment is made automatically. I do not know in this context. I wanted to know whether anybody has heard the term RPA. RPA. Anyone? At least Krishnan Saab, you must be aware, I believe. Prakash Saab. Prakash Gaurav, Krishnan Gaurav, RPA. Have you heard of this term? RPA, anyone? Sir, your mic is muted.
Sir, NPA, but RPA, yeah.
NPA we will discuss, sir. What is RPA? Many Indian companies have already adopted RPA. Any idea? RPA is called robotic process automation.
Okay.
It's called robotic process automation. Previously, what I'm talking on the accounting side and the bill passing side, many of you must be knowing. Previously, what used to happen? There used to be a GRN and there used to be a purchase order, then the invoice from the supplier, and an accountant or the bill passing fellow used to sit and then match supplies along with the purchase order, along with the invoice details. When everything is matching, then you used to send it. Now in the ERP era, you have got an RPA. There are softwares which transforms, because your GRN is already available in the digital form. Your purchase order is available in the digital form. Only the invoice is in the manual form. So, or in the PDF form, in case they send it via internet. So this scans the PDF format of the invoice, transfers into the respective fields in the digital mode, checks or the three-way check with the goods receipt note, with the purchase order, with the invoice in the digital mode, and passes the supplier bill and makes the payment. That means there are 2-3 fellows who are doing all these jobs. Now they will have to do some better jobs than this. Robotic process automation is digitalized bill passing thing. One of the jobs I'm talking about RPA. RPA does many jobs. I'm just giving for a simple thing. This is one of the things which we are now doing it. In fact, many companies in India is doing. The reason to join is your TAFE in Chennai. They have now joined this job, right? So this is how it is. So we were on the This was in 2017, I'm talking. Now we are in 2022. Early adopters. Now, banks. SBI created a blockchain based exchange for NPS. Prakash Garu, you talked about NPS. That is why I said I will talk about it. With the 30 banks, what happens? Every bank is into the blockchain, and when somebody goes for the loan or anything, then his complete details is available in the chain. So previously, what could have happened is you take a car loan from one bank with the same salary certificate and go to another bank. You give a mandate that I will have a salary deposited in your bank. Go and give the same mandate to another bank and take a scooter loan. Third bank, you go and take a housing building loan. And banks were not connected to each other, so there was no way of finding what is happening. Though we in the organization used to tell the employees, if you want to change your bank, go and get an no objection certificate from the bank. So we could arrest some of them. What I'm talking is about 30, 40 years back itself, these things were happening. Now everybody will be in the blockchain, and the total movement will be available to all the people who are in the chain. All the, let us say 30 banks, they will know what is happening. So we have got a blockchain, we have got a data analytics, we have got an artificial intelligence, cloud computing, IoT is Internet of Things, and bank, insurance, securities, and we have got exchange, hedge fund, finance, mining, ratings, derivatives, remittance, transaction, everything is in the chain, in the block and chain. Now what happens? Anybody cannot go and make fool of the bank. All these things are recent development because of so many things which was happening in the banking sector. I'm not getting into those details because that is not needed, right? So this is how it is. Now, we will discuss a comprehensive real-time application on insurance claim. And just think that all of us are into a blockchain. All. Let's assume all of us are into the blockchain. Now, how does it help now when all of us are into the blockchain? Now everybody is into the blockchain, the insurance company, the insured person, the nominee, the hospital, and pharmacist, everybody. Now, what happens when a person who is insured, this is the scenario which is very much going to be a reality in a very near future. So when a person who is now insured, he gets admitted to the hospital. Since there will be a common number, let's say an Aadhaar or whatever it is. So since that is there, when you get admitted or PAN number, immediately the antennas up in the blockchain. So everybody in the blockchain comes to know, including the insurance company, saying that X has been admitted to this hospital and this is the treatment. Then what happens, whatever be the thing, and then unfortunately the person dies. The moment the person dies, then now what is happening? Hospital issues a preliminary reason for death, and then you will have to go to the corporation, cremation or burial, and get a death certificate, maybe in 10 copies, 3 copies, 4 copies, and then go to the insurance company, fill a form, attach the death certificate, then nominee has to prove that he is a nominee. Then it takes time for you to get the money from the insurance company. This is the present status. Now what, imagine if all of us are into the blockchain, like my background, you can see chain, blocks are up and down. Now what has happened? Hospital gives a certificate, corporation knows that it's a bona fide, there is no foul play. So the person is, the body is taken to the guard, then the corporation doesn't ask you any detail, because let's say the Aadhaar number is the link. So Aadhaar number is given, corporation knows the doctors are certified. So the death certificate is available online. You need not take a printout and all. Once the death certificate is issued, since it is in the blockchain, the complete down below and up below, everybody knows. Okay, from the birth death register, it is removed, and then the insurance company is known, the bank knows, everybody knows. So insurance company, once this information goes, then you need not do any claim. Insurance company sees whether the nominee is a bona fide nominee, then they themselves clear the claim and then deposit the amount into the nominee's bank. Checking up with the bank immediately informs the nominee. this is going to be a reality in the very near future, where you need not go run about and then try to do things. I just given in a nutshell what blockchain can do for the general public, right? Yes, you must be knowing IIT Delhi. This was available in the newspapers just now. IIT Delhi on April 24th to 26th, they have a 3-day cultural festival called Rendezvous. So they are now giving non-fungible token. Non-fungible means it cannot be forged or it cannot be anything, NFT. These tokens will be given to participants, and proof of attendance protocol is also there. So concert nights, NFT tickets were distributed to attendees. So what happens, Binance is now trying to raise awareness to different use cases of blockchain demonstrated during the festival. NFT tickets, NFT certificates, fan token, then proof of attendance protocol and all. And also they will try to educate people on crypto. Today, they are holding a webinar on today, May 1st, as part of the festival on crypto for all. Binance is one of the company. So this is available on the website. You can see. Yes, there are challenges, presence of proper infrastructure, appropriate regulation, and lesser adoption will render the overall system ineffective, but impossible. You can throw off I and M, it becomes possible. Professional connect. These are all the jobs which are going to be there. Blockchain advisors, asset management, trade processing and settlements, insurance claims processing, healthcare, more time availability for technological upgrade, NPA management, smart contracts, banking service, accounting, professional connect, triple entry accounting. This is a subject itself for a whole day. I'm not getting into it. New generation of audit service, traceable audit trials, and redefining auditor role, real-time inspection, all those things. Then this is what we saw: sharing of one common ledger, transparency, reliability, automatic system, measurability, disintermediation of ledger, security, revolutionary of internal record keeping. Let's learn from each other. And thank you very much for your time and contribution, and thanks to everybody for being with me. Thank you. It's 11
Sir,
o'clock. So
yes,
I thought
sir.
yeah.
Sir, thanks a lot. And then the students have learned new things and which are available outside. I mean, like you talked about that digital locker and all. So many new things you could learn. This it's a wonderful lecture, sir. It was too much, I mean, educative. I request all the students to open up the mics. Please give him a big hand. No, all the students. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. And then that is shortly, actually, we wish to have your some more lectures on SAP and other, whatever is pertaining to the accountants part of it. They're all budding accountants. So we wanted you were help to them, sir. Okay. In case, I mean, in
Yeah, we'll do that.
short lectures. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot and good day. Happy Sunday. Good day, sir. Thank you. Thank you.